Please welcome to the stage our candidate for U.S. House of Representatives, Arizona State Representative Daniel Hernandez.
Sissy that walk. You know, before we get started, I want to take a quick moment to welcome you to the roast of Ruben Gonzalez. In all seriousness, let's give another round of applause to the wonderful Victory staff for all their hard work. Many of us, I know they're freaking out because I'm going off script, but many of us know how important the work that Victory Fund does, both on the Institute side and on the fund side. So thank you for your tireless efforts to make sure that there are more people like me, like the McBride, Senator McBride, who just said the reasons why we need to make sure that we are having our voices being heard at the table, and the ones chairing those committees. So another round of applause to Sarah McBride, please. Well, now I'll go back on script. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Daniel Hernandez, and I'm a former school board member. I'm a current state representative, and with your help, I'm going to be the next member of Congress from Arizona's 6th Congressional District. I'm the son of a construction worker and a Mexican immigrant. I'm a first-generation college student, and in 2011, it was on the 5th day of my internship when I was working for Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, and I had to use the skills I'd learned in high school to be able to provide first aid to her and several others who were wounded on the day of the shooting. It was those skills that made sure that I was able to provide first aid to her in her hour of need. These experiences, along with being an out and openly gay Latino, has helped shape who I am as a person, but more importantly, how I serve as a legislator. Few in Congress share my lived experience, and it is evident in the legislation and the policies that we're seeing introduced in state after state, and even on the House floor of the U.S. House of Representatives. That needs to change. I'm running in what's going to be one of the most competitive House seats in the country. Joe Biden won this district by less than 1%. My election could help determine whether we have an LGBTQ person who takes that seat, or if we have yet another anti-equality member of Congress. And with the margins this close in the House, one seat can determine whether or not we will be hearing those anti-trans bills on the U.S. House of Representatives floor, or whether we will continue to move forward to finally get the Equality Act done. With the stakes this high, that is why I am so thrilled that the Victory Fund jumped in early into my race, becoming one of the first organizations to endorse me. The endorsement of the Victory Fund helps provide candidates like me credibility. You know, being a 32-year-old gay Latino, there are a lot of questions on whether or not you can win. But it helps signal that a candidate is viable, worth investing in, and it also provides national visibility. It encourages other organizations to get involved as well. So today you've heard about the impact of the Victory Fund and the impact of all of the elected officials who are here in this room and across the country that you, by your donations, have helped to elect. And perhaps at this point, you've had a couple of the mimosas and are feeling a little bit like you want to have a different kind of impact, and you're feeling very happy, a little giggly, and maybe a little bit more generous than you normally would. So I'm going to ask you one more time to please consider a gift to the Victory Fund so they can continue supporting candidates like me and the other candidates across this room. There's a QR code on your pledge, on your table. You've heard about it, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a donation right now. I actually filled it out. I will be giving money, but they have these pledge cards that are sitting directly in front of you. If you haven't already, pick it up, fill it out. You also receive text messages throughout the entire brunch, and you can become a Victory Cabinet member with a recurring gift of just $100 a month. But please give whatever you can afford. I'm a product of Victory. I learned to run for office at the 4-day candidate training in Pittsburgh with several other people, including my friend Brian Sims and my friend Sean Malloy. Victory Fund has been there from when I was a 21-year-old gay kid running for school board, when I was a 26-year-old state rep, and now when I'm a 32-year-old congressional candidate. I am so close to the folks at the staff because they do incredible work to encourage us as candidates and as elected officials. So before you head out to the after party, which begins in just a few minutes past those doors, please consider making one last gift. The amount of support that you provide today will help determine how much the Victory Fund can help support candidates. I'm not being hyperbolic when I say this. The aid and the support of the Victory Fund matters. So please raise your hands if you have a pledge card, and I have one up here if somebody wants to come and pick up my pledge card. And one of our team members will come and pick up your pledge. So who will join me in making one more donation to the Victory Fund? Let's see those hands. No one? Oh, come on, I will start calling on people. And then somebody come and pick this one up. And while we're waiting for someone to come and pick mine up, I just want to say again, thank you so much to the Victory Fund staff, to the Victory Fund board members, to the Victory Campaign board members, and to everyone involved in helping make this process happen. So now, go and enjoy another hour of mimosas at the after party just outside those main doors. And thank you for joining us at the National Champagne Brunch. We appreciate you. And next year, when we come back and do this again, I look forward to being a part of the gayest Congress in American history. So thank you all so much.
This concludes our National Champagne Brunch speech.